Some heartwarming new photos tonight of our friend Chief Meteorologist Dave Rexroth along with his family. There has been so much support for Dave from all of you and from the entire community.
You know, it was a week ago that Dave lost his eye in a fireworks accident, and tonight he finally feels good enough to talk to us on the phone. And Dave, so nice to be able to talk to you and hear your voice.
It's nice to talk to you two guys, Carol and Stephen. I appreciate the time and all the care and love that you guys have been sending. It's been a hard week, but it really is nice to at least in the smallest of ways, get back connected to what's going on in Michigan. Thank you for chatting. I miss you guys a lot.
Yeah, we miss you too.
All right, Dave, the question everybody wants to ask, and I hate to start off with this one, but we are news people, and this is what we do. What happened?
We were going to have a really nice night. My son and my niece were coming back with Grandma and Grandpa from a trip to France, which has been a tradition of Grandma and Grandpa's. She was a French teacher, and we were all kind of descending from different parts of the country here in Iowa City at Grandma and Grandpa's house. And to be honest with you, we were having fun, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I did everything that they tell you not to do with fireworks in terms of whether things work or not. And before I knew really what was going on, I was in shock, and the adrenaline had taken over my body, and I was unfortunately calling for my oldest son, who was close to me, and begging for help, and that's really not much more other than that I remember.
Rexy, I know you grew up on a farm, really, in Iowa, and you always talk about visiting your grandparents, so I know that had to have been devastating for your son and for your wife to be right there watching this happen, and really scary.
That's the worst part, and that's been the hardest thing for me to deal with, is that, when things happen to you as a person, and as it turns out, there was a while there I wasn't sure what was going to be next for me, but as it turns out, I'm going to be more or less okay. But the hardest part for me to turn the corner on so far has been the guilt that I have, having put my family through what I've put them through so far, and I know that there's so much more of that to come in terms of what I can do and what I can't do, and how it affects them.
I wanted to take you to the next step in the process. After the chaos, you say that surrealness that happened, at what point did it start occurring to you that, okay, here's what's happened and here's what's going to happen now?
I was not aware fully of the situation, really. This was Friday night, and I really didn't know much detail about my future until about Saturday afternoon. They operated on me for 7.5 hours and tried to save my eye. It's a horrible thing to have gone through, but I kind of ended up, that was Friday night, and then Wednesday I found out later in the weekend, Wednesday was going to be the day, the day of finalness, if you will, because they had decided over the weekend that my eye could not be saved, and that they would take it out after one last check on Wednesday. We spent about 5 hours in the hospital on Monday. They confirmed that, yes, Wednesday would be the day and they would take it out. And I thought, to be honest with you, sorry.
That's right.
I thought that would be the worst of it, but that was actually the best of it once we got to that point and had the surgery done on Wednesday. I knew at that point it was what was done, and what was moving on was most important. When I woke up Wednesday afternoon after that second surgery to remove the eye, I don't know how, but I woke up with that feeling, and I woke up that sense of hope.
I know you and Deb has sacrificed so much to be at home with your boys. I know Deb has been a stay-at-home mom, so you could come to work, and we were just so happy to see your face yesterday and so happy to hear your voice tonight. We send all of our love your way, and you keep healing and feeling better, and so many people around here send their love your way, and we can't wait for you to get back here.
And Carolyn and Stephen, I'll tell you too that, again, for the first 3 or 4 days, I didn't know much of what was going on, but as I'm learning more, and my boys or my wife or my in-laws or my father's here as well, down from Minnesota, as they share more of people who are contacting them about me, and you guys know this because of what we do with the station and the outreach we have, but the outpouring of love and concern and care from people in Detroit and Southeast Michigan has been really sometimes just hard to control emotionally because there's so much of it. And I know it's going to be hard going forward, but when you know that you have people who know you and are close to you and care that much, but then you know you have that other periphery and that other group of people that are connected to you and they care so much, it is unbelievable how much that strengthens somebody in this situation.
You know, when people see you on air, they feel like you are their family. They love you. We love you. And honey, people are just happy to hear your voice and happy that you're going to be okay.
And we have your back, Dave, and we do thank you for taking the time tonight, and we'll let you get back to it and get better. Take your time. We'll see you back here when we see you back.
We're going to give you a big hug and a big kiss when we see you.
Right back at you all. Thank you very much.
Boy, we've all been, you okay over there? We've all been dotting our eyes and so happy that he's okay.
I think it's such a relief, and just judging from, I mean, just an amazing tweet stream going on Facebook right now. People are just so happy to hear his voice. I mean, because you imagine the worst, I think, when you hear something like this, and whether Dave knows or not, he is such a huge part of people's lives that he may not know.
Right.
And for them to hear his voice now and understand that he's all right, I mean, it really is a relief.
Because he's so humble, but as you saw, even in the Detroit Free Press, when they wrote that article about him being a coach to so many little boys in this community and being such a father figure to so many people.
And even the first day that I got my job, he kind of opened his arms, said, come on in. It's been an amazing experience for 3 years. I've never felt so at home, so welcomed, and he's a huge part of that.
And he's praised you from day one, you know that. I mean, he said Hallie is such a wonderful addition to our team.
It's a great relationship, and you know why? The outpouring? Because he is that great guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just
Great to hear
humble,
his
just
voice.
sweet, just nice, great father, great dad.